Good morning, students. Welcome to New Era Global School online teaching class. Yesterday, we have started our term 1 revision sheet. Today, we will continue our short answers. Take your term 1 revision sheet worksheet and then start writing the answers. First one, name a few vitamins and minerals required by our body. So vitamins and minerals, they are said to be nutrients, right? Each and every nutrients, they are essential for us. So what are all the vitamins? Vitamins like A, C and D. And minerals like calcium, iron and potassium. They are very required for our body. Second question. How many canine teeth do we have and what they are used for? So we have 4 types of teeth, right? Molars, premolars, incisors and canines. Canines are 4 in number. How many number? They are 4 in number. Mainly they are used for tearing the food. For tearing the food, the canine teeth is useful. Third one, what is enamel? So our teeth, it consists of 2 parts, right? Root and crown. So the crown of the teeth, it is covered by the hardest substance, which is called enamel. So the enamel is the hardest substance present in the human body. Fourth question, why should we not eat too much of chips and cakes? You know, the chips and cakes, they contain more amount of fats. If we take more amount of fats, it will lead to obesity. So to avoid that, we should not eat too much of chips and cakes. Fifth one, what are proteins? So among the 5 nutrients, proteins are the very important nutrients because it is used for the growth, repair and maintenance of the body, and it is also used to build the muscles. Namely the growing childrens, they need more amount of proteins. Sixth question, why do sports people need to eat more carbohydrates food compared to the other people? So as you all know, the carbohydrates, it is an important nutrient. So to do the physical work, for running, walking, swimming and doing exercise, the carbohydrates food, they provides more energy. So for this reason, the sports people, they will take more amount of carbohydrates to do a lot of physical work, who need more energy than those who are physically active, because the sports people, they will do a lot of physical works. They need more energy compared to other peoples. Seventh question, what helps the food to become moist and easy to swallow? So in our mouth, an important digestive juice are there, right? It is called saliva. It helps us to make the food moist and easy to swallow. Eighth one, what is feces? So waste is removed from the body through the anus, right? So this waste, it is called feces. So strike the word anus and that you write feces. So in our body, the waste should be removed. If the waste are not removed, our body parts will not function properly. So the removal of the waste by means of anus, it is called as a feces. Ninth question, which part of the tooth is present inside the gums? So the tooth, it is made up of two parts, root and crown. So the crown will be seen, the root will not be seen. So the root is present inside the gums. And then 10th one, what is acrylic? So there are two type of fibers, man-made fibers and the synthetic fibers. So acrylic, it is an example of synthetic fiber. Why we are using this? Because it is strong, lightweight, soft and warm. That has a wool like a feel. So due to strong and lightweight, we are using the acrylic. And then 11th one, what are wrap and weft? So it is present in the weaving topic. So the yarn that run lengthwise, that is from top to bottom. So the yarn that run lengthwise, it is called wrap. And the yarn that run crosswise, that is from left to right, it is called weft. Both these, they are involved in weaving process. Right, and advantage of polyester. So polyester is a synthetic fiber. Here the question is, what is an advantage? Why we are using this polyester? Because it can be washed easily and can be dried very easily. So during washing easy and dried easy, we are using this polyester. 13th one, name a few things made from the jute fibers. So these you know, right? What are the things made from jute fibers? Sacks, ropes, carpets, handicraft materials. So these are all made from jute fibers. What is knitting process? Knitting is the process of making the fabric by using the needles. So the fabrics are made by using the needles to interlock the loops of continuous yarn. So this process, it is called as a knitting process. What is the process? That is making the fabric. We are using the needles to interlock the loops of continuous yarn. And then 15th one, what is the silt? So what is silt? We all went through the soil chapter. In soil chapter, there are three compositions of soils are there: sand, clay and silt. Silt, these particles are smaller than sand particles. So what they are telling, they are smaller than sand particles but larger than clay particles. Okay, if the answer is written wrong, just make it right. These particles are smaller than, strike the word small, write sand particles, but larger than clay particles. Write there, larger than clay particles. Clear? So what is a wrap and weft? Both the process are involved in weaving process. The yarn that run lengthwise, it is called wrap. And the yarn that run crosswise, that is from left to right, it is called weft. And then 12th, write an advantage of polyester. Polyester is an synthetic material. It can be washed easily and we can dry it easily. 13th one is homework for you. Name a few things that made from jute fibers: racks, ropes, sacks, carpets, handicraft material. These are all the things made from jute fibers. And then what is the knitting? Knitting is the process of making fabric by using needles to interlock the loops of continuous yarn. 15th one, what is the silt? Here also only half answer is there. Listen the answer carefully. The silt are the particles. Compared to sand particles, they are small and they are larger than the clay particles. Okay. Then come to the 16th question. What is humus? It is also present in the soil chapter. Humans means it is a dark colored nutrient material. Humus contain more amount of the nutrients. The color will be dark. How they are formed? They are formed by the decomposition of remains of plants and animals. Okay, dark colored nutrients, rich material, they are formed by the decomposition of remains of plants and animals. 17th one, how do plants and animals help in soil formation? So for making the soil, it will take many years, right? How these plants and animals are helping to form soil formation. So if we take the plants, the root of some plants, they grow in the cracks inside the rocks. Inside the rock, the crack will be there. The root of the plants will be growing there. So by growing deeper and deeper, it will widen the rock. So the rock will break up. So burrowing animals too can break up the small rocks. So burrowing animals also can break up the small rocks. 18th question. What is the difference between soluble and insoluble substance? So this answer, the substance which are soluble in water, that is a solvent. What are all the substance soluble in the water? They are called soluble substance. And the substance that do not dissolve in water, they are called insoluble substance. 19th question. How are soluble substance are separated from their solutions? Give an example. Soluble substance can be separated by the heating method. If we take the sugar solution, I want only the sugar. So which method I can apply? I can apply the heating method. By using the heating method, the sugar can be separated from the sugar solution. 20th one. Why do leaves of many plants appear green in color? So in the plants, a green color material is there. It is called chlorophyll. So due to the presence of this chlorophyll, the leaves are green in color. Mainly it will absorb the light. Due to observing the light, the leaves are green in color. And then 21 question. Define the term photosynthesis. So the process by which the green plants and the green leaves, they use the light by converting carbon dioxide and water into the food. It is called as a photosynthesis. The green plants, they will take the chlorophyll and carbon dioxide and water, and they convert these into the food. This process, it is called photosynthesis process. And then 22nd question. What is stomata? Where it is located? So stomata are present in the leaves. They are very tiny pores present on the underside of the leaves. So by means of stomata, the exchange of gases take place. Okay, the exchange of the gases will be taking place. 23rd question. What are swamps and marshes? So swamp and marshes are the regions that have a clayey and sticky soil where the water collects easily. So these regions, they have the clayey and sticky soil. Easily the water will be collected. 24th question. What kind of leaves do underwater plants have? So the underwater plants have thin, narrow, ribbon-like leaves. Why they are having this type of leaves? To prevent the damage to leaves by the flow of water. 25th question. Why do insectivorous plants trap the insects? So these plants, they grow in the less nutrient area. So to get the nutrients, they trap the insects. So by using the digestive juices, they will take the nutrients from the insects. So mark these short answers in your revision sheet. Tomorrow we will discuss about the long answers.